Oh, he's mask off. He's a mask off kind of guy. And that is what I've always said. He facilitates the revolution.
We're changing the name from Greenland to red, white, and blue land. I mean, at some point, and I guess
that right there, that's caucasity. That is one of that's a very prime example. When people want to know what is caucasity, that's just a little symbol of it. But yeah.
Well, forgive me, audience, and I believe you could forgive Jen as well. I still have not seen Idiocracy, but many have suggested that that was a very foretelling film 20 years ago that showed what eventually was going to happen to our culture and our society. So I don't think it's totally out of step.
We don't really have a culture, and we really don't have much of a society. And that's the problem. Our entire existence is premised on empire, and empire is might makes right. So all we have in this country in terms of what our culture is, like what we are in the world, is just military bully. Oh, and economic as well. I mean, with sanctions and all that. But I actually think that the rest of the world and BRICS, what they're trying to do, will eventually overcome the money thing. But the fact that we're just military bullies, it's our time is up.
Well, Jen, Mitchell Starr on Twitter just wants you to go to Gaza and run for office there. Wanted to let you know that message just came in.
I know who that is, right?
Oh, you know him?
I do. And I'm not, that's someone I haven't spoken with since this all started. So, but yes.
This bald-headed jabroni with the glasses?
He's married to someone. He's the husband of someone that I grew up with.
The only thing I can say about him is that he looks exactly like you would expect him to look.
Of course. But I don't want to, that's not neither here nor there.
But I'm surprised that he's cuddling a dog and not a cat, because a guy who talks like that usually is a cat guy.
Let me guess. It's a pug.
Yes, an old pug, but it is.
Yeah, they have an old pug rescue.
Well, that's
funny. What I'm saying. Like, these are people that
now that's not for a guy who actually knows you personally, and basically he's telling you.
I've met him a couple times, right?
Yes, but hold on a minute. A guy who says go to Gaza, that's a person who's saying I hope you get killed. That's what he's saying.
Okay,
that's real caucasity right there. I would say.
Well, it's
throw it on,
so
Jen.
Angry. They're so angry, and they just have no idea what to do with themselves.
Oh, I hope he's watching.
But I don't care. But the thing is this, and this is something that people like that will never understand. They'll never understand this. And I put it up before. We're all Palestinian. I mean that in so many different ways. I mean that actually, literally. For those of you who actually believe that somehow you're Jewish, so you're inherent like to that land. No, you're inherent as far back as the rest of the world is. And the only people that have continuously been there are the Palestinians, which really makes them basically all of our ancestors. That's the cradle of civilization, which is one of the reasons it's so infuriating to me. Again, the caucasity. But yes, so as far as me going to Gaza, the people of Gaza right now wouldn't want someone like me to come there. See, it's only psychopathic people that would wish that and want that for someone. The people of Gaza don't wish that on me. See, that's the difference. That's the difference right there.
And is this guy a North Miami Beach dweller?
I don't know. I think he didn't grow up with, I don't remember him from that. It's someone I grew up with's husband. And I don't, you know what? And it's really just, I'm sure that whole cabal of Zion Nazis in my former existence have a lot of thoughts and whatever, and that's fine. They are entitled to that. But when you make flippant, ridiculous, vile comments like that, it just shows that you don't understand the substance, the nuance. And that's the problem with brainwashed Zionists. They don't see it. Again, their face is up against the tree, so they can't see the forest. Their face is like this. Mitch, step away from the tree, friend. Step away from the tree. Okay.
You know what's funny about guys like that? He'll say that to you. He wouldn't dare say it to me. because he knows I wouldn't tolerate it.
No, but it's not as here's the thing. To them, this is why what's one of the things that's going on in Syria is the killing of the alewites. And that is precisely because the other Muslims view them as traitors to the religion. And so those are the people that they actually hate the most, are their own kind that they view as traitors. And that's the thing about people like this. So they're always going to hate on me. And also it's because I've seen in the kitchen and I know how that goes. And I've exposed a lot of shit and the brainwashing, and their bullshit doesn't work on me. So that's why they go after me. They're more pissed at me than they are at you. That's
guys,
why.
we have 110 people so far. We've only gotten 42 likes. Please hit that like button if you haven't done it so far. That'll be a big help. Matt is here, but he's not on screen as of yet. Not sure if he's getting his camera set up, so we'll give that a minute just to be sure. I want to bring him in on a black screen. Kat Nagarita wants you to know, Jen, we all know a Mitch.
I know. And again, this is someone I've only met a couple of times, like in the past 30 years at a couple of class reunions. It's not somebody that's like, in my life, but I know many of them as well, right? Like it's just symbolic of that. And their whole attitude is just to be mean and nasty as opposed to do a little bit of research. And this is why these people are the most vile people to me. Because, and I've said it before, affluent people and this is someone who's affluent people who have access to information, have time on their hands, and still choose to willfully ignore, thereby being willfully ignorant of things in the world, are especially disgusting to me, because you have access to factual information and you refuse to look at it. That's willful ignorance. See, I know people that are actually ignorant. I've met many actually ignorant people, no shortage. But most people don't willfully avoid knowing something if given an opportunity to know that. And people like this that are affluent and do have resources are doing that. So it's even more disgusting.
Well, you've got a lot of fans, Jen.
Thank you, Foodie. And I will say I had to fire a friend over this a few years back. Back in 2015, I had to fire a friend over being willfully ignorant. I can disagree with people. And what's interesting is if you were to ask that friend, she'd say that it had to do with politics. It had nothing to do with politics. It had to do with willful ignorance. Now, I don't have the thing where my friends all have to agree with me. I have friends that don't agree with me on all sorts of stuff. That's fine. Willful ignorance is unacceptable.